Greetings, fellow Avengers. I'm Steve Rogers.
And I'm James Barnes. Welcome to SNN.
Tonight we bring you a special about propaganda during World War II.
There are tons of ways to approach this topic. We have chosen a way we feel is best for you. We will have video clips, the history behind some of the propaganda posters, and an interview with the artist who drew some of these posters.
But before we get into all that, we should explain what propaganda is for all those sad little souls who don't know what it is. Propaganda by definition is information, ideas, or rumors deliberately spread widely to help or harm a person, group, movement, institution, nation, etc.
Another way to say this, simply spreading information and other such things widely and in ways to get everyone's attention. Some of the ways they did this during World War II was through movies, audio, radio, books, cartoons, animations, advertising, comics, magazines, newspapers, anything that everyone in America would, at one point, would see it no matter what they would do.
Now we have a few examples of propaganda we will be sharing throughout our show. We will start by showing some examples of posters. Here we have a wide variety of posters from all sorts of topics.
There are also posters about the Allies, buying victory bonds, careless speech, conversation, buying victory gardens, and many other topics concerning World War II.
Doesn't rate the rave of a whacker wave, but she's just as brave at the canteen.
Now I'm getting very fond of me gas mask, I declare. It hardly ever leaves my sight. I sling it on me back and I take it everywhere. It even comes to bed at night. We're gonna hang out the washing on the Siegfried line, 'cause the washing day is here.
Spread your wings, learn to fly. See, the sky is coming down to meet you, clouds like angels flying round to greet you. Spread your wings.
And I started to run the other way. That would be wrong, even you'll agree. But here's what Uncle Sam had to say to me. Bring enough clothes for 3 days. Bring enough clothes for 3 days. Bring enough clothes for 3 days, 'cause they ain't gonna turn you loose.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see.
Now most of the topics we've mentioned are pretty self-explanatory, but not all of them are. To help us explain some of these topics in more detail, because it would get boring watching us talk and just maybe look at a few of the posters again, we'll have our field agent Sharon Carter help us. Let's go to her now. Thanks guys! Now first I would like to mention that most of what I'm going to show you is professional. It's not possible for us to go back in time to show you what we want, so we're gonna have to create visuals so you can get a first-hand experience. Now first we're gonna talk about careless speech. Now there was a great fear that if people talked about things going on in the war, for example where troops are going to be sent, where a possible Axis spy could hear, it would endanger the lives of the troops, and they would be killed before they got to where they were supposed to go. Now we hope that this visual demonstration helped clarify things for you all. Back to you guys!
Thanks, Sharon. Now we have another example of propaganda for you all. Earlier we mentioned we would have video clips. Now we also mentioned cartoons. Were used in propaganda.
We found this great example. We found a Looney Tunes episode that had Daffy Duck fighting Axis powers.
We should show the entire episode, because Looney Tunes is a flippin' awesome show.
But we have limited time and lots to show you.
A mess of Messerschmitts. Now try and duck this one, you duck. Hail Hitler! Haben Sie geschieden? Hossiden! Ein gestochen, alle zusammengestochen. Hitler geschlückelt rüber. Ach du lieber, mein Herr, mein Pumpkin, mein Wild, mein heiliger
Wow, that was awesome! Now I know you're all looking forward to more, but like we said, we still have some more to show you and go over. Aren't you guys lucky?
We have again asked Miss Carter to interview with a propaganda artist from World War II, but she told us that they were all dead. So we found a modern day propaganda artist to interview.
We also decided to do this interview live here in the studio. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
James,
What?
would you please make some room for our guests and maybe get a chair?
Fine.
Sorry about that. Now you told us before that you are not only a modern day propaganda artist, but you have studied propaganda from the past.
Yes, I have. It's what I get lots of ideas from. And it's interesting the way that they would aim their propaganda.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not sure if you showed the poster yet, but there's this one about carpooling and conservation.
Just 1 second. You mean this one?
Yes, this one.
Now I'm confused. You said before, how is it interesting?
Well, you don't understand the message behind it.
Yeah, I do. It's about carpooling.
Not quite. When the United States joined the war, they needed supplies for their troops. This included oil and gas. To save on that while at home, they encouraged people to carpool. To save gas so they could use it for planes and other things. For the army.
Oh.
That is what they were doing. Saving money. Carpooling. Environmental saving.
Ha! He told you.
Dude, stop. We have a program to run. We need to keep it real. No more nonsense. We're trying to teach people.
Now I have a question.
Yes?
I heard about these victory gardens. What are those?
Well, since the United States wanted people to ration food so there'd be enough for people, they wanted people to plant their own gardens. They called them victory gardens. Around 50 million were planted.
You're kidding.
No, I do not kid.
What's your favorite part about propaganda?
That it is still used today. Everything that was used back in the day is still used now, like political cartoons or commercials.
So like our sponsor's commercial, they want us to play at some point during the show.
Exactly.
Well, why don't we watch it now? That way our viewers can see that propaganda still lives.
My life be like, yeah. My life be like, yeah. My life be like, yeah. My life be like times like these that make me say, yeah.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Tired of not being able to do what you want? Tired of not being in shape and being a loser? Then try Rebirth! Rebirth energy drink for the super soldier in you.
Well, that's all, folks. I'm Steve Rogers.
And I'm James Barnes. This has been S.H.I.E.L.D. News Network. Join us next time when we talk about gamma radiation and you.